Hello. Hi, this is Jenny Walker, and welcome to Jenny Girl's Closet. This is my YouTube channel. And today I am going to talk to you about a ginormous Goodwill bins haul that I had yesterday. And it's a lot of stuff. I think it feels like it's more than normal, but I spent $48 and I got all this stuff. I mean, it's mind bending to shop at the bins and see what you get. But since I have started doing flea markets now, I did the Rose Bowl flea market this past Sunday and the PCC, which is PCC College here in Pasadena, flea market the Sunday before. I'm looking for different things. So I'm now going to buy with that in mind because I did so well at each of them and I'm really surprised. So yeah. So let me get into the haul and the lighting I think is okay. It's a little whitish in the back, but here we go. So this is from the Goodwill bins yesterday. And I did buy a few pieces of kids' clothes. I don't like kids' clothes to sell. They rarely sell for me anyway, probably because I don't have much of it. And I feel like the smaller the piece and the younger the child, the harder it is to sell if it's not new with tags because of, if you've got an infant or something, I think you would probably prefer something new with tags. But anyway, I'm just going to show you some things and we'll start with the kids stuff. So this is Talbot's Kids. And it is just this little velvet dress with polka dots. Now, if you weren't ever going to sell kids and you came across this thing, I think everyone would have to pick it up. It's just adorable. So this I just got, and it's in keeping with all the things in my closet. It's the same theme. So it's my girl as a 24-month-old. This is my girl as a 24, no, not 24, 12 months. She's even smaller. So gonna get it right. So yeah, I was super, super stoked about that. So we'll see how that goes. Another piece of kids things that I found, and again, it's hard to like not buy something like this. This is kids shirt. It's got like, the little hamburger on here, and it says, I'm Chatty Burger. There's all kinds of cool patches and stuff, and I just thought it was adorable. And it's by something called Angel Blue. I've not looked any of this up. I don't know anything about this brand other than I thought it was super cute. And on Poshmark, they do have a kids section. And so I thought, well, sure, why don't if I see something really special that's not like an infant onesie or something like that, I'd be willing to try it. And if it kind of fit in with the rest of the stuff in my closet. So I'm really happy to see if that will find a new home. And then the third one is just crazy cool, if I can find it in my stack of things. I'm kind of getting out of order all of a sudden. Well, all right. So you only got two kids things, and I'll find the other one in a minute. But so yeah. So the next thing I got was Alice and Olivia dress, and this brand does really well for me. This is a classic fit and flare dress by Alice and Olivia, nice and sparkly. It's got a little bit of like a little piece underneath to keep it full. And what's cool about this one is the back is out. So this is all out here. I don't know if you can see. So that's going to be really cute for the right girl. But yeah, Alice and Olivia is super popular. And there's actually a lot of it out there. Like when you go onto some of these sites, whether it's a ThredUp or, wherever you're looking, there's a ton of Alice and Olivia out there and it sells. So it's just a super cute, really popular brand. And it's hard not to pick that up at the bin. So that's in keeping with what my girl would wear. So this thing I picked up because I have a lot of black, white, and red in my closet. This is nobody's looking for DKNY, just so you know. Nobody's looking for this brand. But it's a super cute turtleneck bodysuit in red. And that's why I got it with like the silver buckles. And so it's in keeping with who my girl is. It goes with the aesthetics in my closet, and somebody will like that. And they'll come across it by accident. They'll buy it. This is just a little Lucky Brand linen or cotton linen biker vest. It's got a little gather in the back. This is in keeping with my girl and her style. She loves the biker vests, and anything biker seems to sell. Biker jackets. Now, biker vests obviously is not the same thing, but if I would buy this for me and wear it with some, skinny jeans and like a white shirt underneath. So this is nothing special as in designer, but it's in keeping with the girl in my closet. It's a black and white little jacket from H&M. It's new with tags. I divided. This again is from the bins. And that's a nice little cute work blazer for someone, and in keeping with the aesthetics in my closet. This is the very popular 1 teaspoon denim jeans that are shredded. Oh, hey, Ms. Deals is watching. It took me a minute to look at the chat. Good to see you. So 1 teaspoon is really popular, nice distressed jeans. So, when I come across something like this, there's tons of Levi's. If somebody wanted to buy some Levi's and be a Levi's expert, you need to head on down to the bins, because there's so much denim down there. I mean, Levi's and Wranglers and Lee's, and then you find a little 1 teaspoon in there and you get really excited. So I don't really do much with J. Crew. But just for fun, I picked this up because, because it was there. There's J. Crew. But it was different. Like, this is this linen, kind of a linen dress with this long, like midi length, full, and like gathered up sleeves. And it's linen. And so I figure if you like J. Crew, you might like this vintage dress. Again, not a brand I'm looking for or really want to sell, but when it's 50 cents, what do you have to lose? Now, I do love ties. When they're like this. This is my favorite kind of tie. It's wool and it's plaid. And this one is made in Scotland. It says 100% wool. There's no name on it, but that's all right. Plaid does really well for me. And there's no moth holes. And so no moth holes, made in Scotland, plaid tie. I'll pick it up because women love these. They love to wear these with fitted blazers and a white button-down shirt in the fall. At least I do. So this hat was super cute. This I picked up. Now, it's got a little bit of crushing here, but it turns out this is All Saints. Not only is it All Saints, although it's hard to see, it's All Saints, where they're still using the second word, Spitalfields, which was like in the beginning, they were all like both their names, like because they're from England, that brand. But this is super cute. Got that at the bins, and like it's a little bit of crushing here, but I may just keep it for myself and then wear it when I go to the flea markets to keep the sun out because I like how it fits. But not bad. All Saints at the flea market. All Saints from the bins, so I'm very excited about that. So this is a kid's piece. I picked it up because, again, if I'm going to have a little bit of kids, it needs to match the rest of my closet. And it's hard to walk by a navy blue fur hooded vest by Gap Kids. So, I was like, this thing's adorable. I mean, I would wear this if it was mine, but I love that it's the navy blue. I love wearing navy blue and black together, like with a pop of white. It's really, really cool. But yeah, it's in great condition and super cute for kids. We'll see. Again, I don't want to do too many kids, but so speaking of kids, so when you come across something like this, this is I think it's Japanese, Tokidoki brand. It's really hard not to pick up something like this. This is just adorable. So you want a little bib on your infant when she's drooling or he's drooling. This is perfect for a little boy or little girl. So yeah, if if I'm going to be forced to sell kids stuff, I wanted to be funky and go with the rest of my closet. So there you go. I think this is awesome. If I had a kid, I'd totally put this on them. I picked this up because it is 100% wool, and fabrics are really, really important to me. If you're going to be trolling around the bins, you might as well just pick out the good stuff. I mean, there is so much crap down there. I've never seen anything like it. So it's actually pretty fun when you find something good. But this is a nice little wool scarf, 100% wool. It's gray and white and black. It's got ode to New York in here, Bronx, Brooklyn, East Village. So it's New York centric. It's probably somebody picked this up in a tourist shop and bought it. There's no label on it, but it's super cute. And the colors go with my closet, and my girl would totally wear that. I'm waiting to show you the really good piece last. So let me see what else is here. I thought this was a kid's jacket, but it's not. I think it's an adult. It's by, what is this called? Priorities. Never heard of this brand, but super cute green and white raincoat with a hood. Looks like it's never been worn. In keeping with my girl and what's in my closet. So we'll see how that does. This is totally my girl. I sell a lot of tuxedo style coats. This is a double-breasted tuxedo jacket by H&M. And these things just keep selling. So I like to keep getting them. So it's really, really great shape and design. This brand, I've only got it a couple of times because it's not an expensive brand. Who, what, where? I mean, I think that's from Target. But just the print was so cute. Gingham. Anything like black and white seems to sell. Any of this gingham check. So thought I'd give that a shot. And since I paid like $1/4 for it, who cares? This is a Leith brand. I think they sell this at places like Nordstrom. Just some black leggings. Just some kind of shiny microfiber leggings. They look like they've never been used by Leith. So hopefully someone will want those for fall. I'm waiting to show you this other thing. So give me a moment. There was so much stuff, like I couldn't get it all over here. Okay. So this is, they had tons of this brand new with tags still in the plastic bag. So someone dumped their e-commerce inventory. This is called the Script. I only bought the one, I didn't buy, but the one cool pair that had the leggings and the zippers at the bottom, because the other styles I thought were a little too basic. I almost bought a bunch of red ones that, but they weren't like leggings like this. They were just casual pants, and I thought no one's looking for that, so I didn't do it. It was tempting. So yeah, so this brand sells for actually a couple $100, but I've never heard of it, so probably no one else has ever heard of it. So I thought I'd just get one pair and give it a shot. Some little black legging pants. We'll see. This shirt I bought for myself because I'm having a hard time shopping now and paying a lot of money. This is just an H&M white shirt. This is for me, just an oversized white shirt for summer. It's even got yellow at the neck. I don't even care, but this is for me. So what are you going to do? I found the other kids thing. Now, this is just, it's too adorable. Betsy Johnson kids, right? So, again, I'm not trying to do kids, but if I come across something crazy cool like this, why not? I'll give it a shot. People do look for Betsy Johnson, and this is just super adorable. This would be good to like put your doll in. If you don't want to put a kid in it, put a doll in it. It'd be cool. So yeah, I got that. That's in keeping with, oh, you like the hat, Ms. Deals? Yeah, I like that hat. It's, I definitely have a hat head. I've worn hats a lot of my life. So yeah, thank you for that. Okay. All right. I can't even reach. There's so much. Don't even ask what that was. There's so much stuff. I can't even reach it all. So this I got because, for the fall, like this little just sequined scarf. It's useless. Nobody needs this, right? Nobody needs this. It's just one of those useless things that we started wearing. But it's got a brand on it. It's about Talbots. So I figure it's 100% silk. So this is a good one of the ones that they made, and the color is in keeping with my closet and who my girl is. So I thought, why not? For 5 cents, give it a shot. This next set of things is because I've been selling well at the vintage flea markets. And when I first went, I took all my vintage clothes because I really kind of wanted to get out of the vintage clothing business because it just doesn't seem to sell well for me on Poshmark and eBay. It's very sporadic because I don't have enough of it. And I think it's hard when you don't specialize to sell these pieces. So I was just like, I'm putting all my vintage in the flea market. I just want to get rid of it. Well, they bought so much of it. I'm thinking, well, maybe I just want to try to service that customer. So this is new to look vintage piece, but you'll understand why I picked it up at the bins because it's a nice kind of fit and flare cherries on the dress. Like, it's just awesome. And I find that things that are loud and that pop really sell well. I think it's because when you test out your photos and look at it on that little icon and you scroll through, there are images that truly jump out at you and it gets people's attention. And even though there's millions of people running around Poshmark, they're not sitting around looking for a cotton dress with strawberries on it. So it's going to have to catch their attention somehow. So I got that, the sole purpose of having more vintage style pieces for the flea market. Well, look, Misha Renee is here. Hello. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. This I bought specifically to sell at the flea market. Okay, so this is not what you would normally see me buy. But it's like 80s steroids, right? And it's got this wonderful sparkle. Nobody needs this thing, but it's awesome. Because flea market is about impulse. This is this little brand, Norman Mayer. Norman Mayer? I better look that up, Norman Mayer. Because I'm thinking Norman Mayer like Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Movies, that's who that is. Anyway, so this is just freaking awesome. Nobody needs it. That's an impulse purchase, but it's the way it's oversized, going to fit everyone, right? So it won't be hard to move based on fit. I got this strictly for the flea market because it's a vintage look and feel to this skirt. It's got little hearts on it. It looks very Moschino, but look, it's got rickrack for the tie of the belt. And this is like velvet rickrack. Like, it's really well made for this retro vintage piece, probably from the 80s. There is no brand tag in here. And it's got little metal buttons. So it's actually really well made for what it is. And I think that'll be easy to sell because it's got elastic in the waist and this will adjust. So I got that for the flea market. This, I just picked it up. I should have thrown this back. When you're at the bins, it's just sitting there. This is Giorgio Armani vintage tie. I occasionally buy men's ties. My problem is I never really list them. And so there's a whole bag of ties just sitting around waiting for me to list. I don't know. Well, this I specifically bought for vintage because I want my vintage to kind of go together, if that makes sense. I want the colors to coordinate. I don't want a bunch of random stuff. And so I had an entire rack at the flea market that was basically black and gold. And so when I found this black and gold drop waist 80s dress, I just was like, well, that's going to match with everything else that I have on that rack. There's no label in it, which is just a shame, but just based on style. So I'd give that a. Now, what I didn't buy is like they had some like gunny sack stuff that it said gunny sacks, but I didn't think it was all that cute. And I just won't buy something unless it grabs my eye. I don't care who makes it. Now this I'm in love with because the things that I sold a lot and got a lot of money for were the Asian kimonos, the real ones, not the new ones made to look old, but the literal old ones. I sold 2 of those I made around $250 selling both of those at the flea market, both of which came from the bins and probably cost me $2 a piece. So every piece of vintage Asian inspired item sells for me, no matter where it is, no matter what, no matter if I'm selling it myself at the flea market, online, if I'm doing buy sell trade, they always check the pieces. So I'm basically out of them now. And so I'm going to start back up. So this is a really cool Asian print. It's just a dress. It's not a kimono. It's just it's like almost looks like a house dress with the Asian print on it. And really, it's like a raspberry color. So I picked that up because so much is selling that's Asian print. So I highly recommend you pick that up, the kimonos, the vintage ones. Just look for them. Now, if they're rotted and falling apart, do not buy them. That's a different thing. So this thing I'm going to show you next, I took one look at this and I knew it was someone, but I didn't know who it was. I've never bought this brand, but JC de Castleblock Paris, right? You look it up, his clothes are thousands and thousands of dollars. And what caught my eye is that I did a video, a podcast on this about looking for quality, this is leather. So they took the time to put real high quality leather and buckle into this knit sweater. The tag is tacked on. It's European sizing. So all those things made me, say, well, what is this? And it's just this really interesting black and white knit dress with a hood and a belt. And I'll try to stand up so you can see it like this. And it's got a hood. Oh, it's not a hood, but a big collar. And the guy is, if you look him up, all his stuff is thousands of dollars, even used. It's, $500-600, some of this stuff. So this is super cute. So check out this label if you ever see it. You probably won't see it often. You should definitely check it out. What I don't know is what it's made out of. It's definitely pilled, but I'm not worried about that. Let's see what it says. It's 62 wool, 28 acrylic. That's why it pilled so much. It's got some acrylic in there. But yeah, this is super cool. So the color scheme matches who my girl is, and I'm really excited to have that. I cannot wait. That's what I call a project. I've got to get the pills off. May have to dry clean it to really get it in pristine shape. And since it's designer, it's probably be worth it. So these are two things I got at the bin strictly because I'm doing the flea markets now. There's no other reason. And there's a lot of vintage blankets and things that I've seen. I've never really bought them. But now that I'm doing the flea market, I said, okay, well, I will buy them if they're interesting. So this was interesting. It's red and white crochet blanket. The color schemes are in keeping with my closet and who my girl is. This is something I can also list on Poshmark. I'm going to try to sell them at the flea market as is. If I don't get any luck in the first round, then I'm going to get them dry cleaned. I'm not going to spend money cleaning it if I can sell it as it is. Let's just be real about that, because blankets are kind of expensive. Now this one is just super cool. This blanket would be great for if you're having a picnic and want something to lay on. The colors caught my eye, but then when I looked at the label, I was really, really excited. This is called the MacLeod Tartan of Scotland. It's 100% wool, and it is fantastic. And the colors, the yellow, black, and red, are in keeping with who my girl is. If this were some other color scheme, I would buy it. But what I want to do with things that are like home is that the whole point is to get the same theme and the same kind of girl, the same kind of color, everything throughout everything that I buy, whether it's home stuff, whether it's infant, girl, woman's, man's. Try to keep that theme going because you've got to find a way to differentiate yourself because there's no shortage of stuff out there. If 20 different people all went to the bins, we'd all pick up something different, and hopefully we would because our eye is going to be drawn to certain things. And you've got to differentiate yourself. And the only way to do that is by how you curate and edit what you choose to sell. There's no other way to do it, because there's a ton of stuff out there. There are literally tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. And so how are you going to be different? And it's how you choose. And I literally choose what I like. I choose what my eye is drawn to. I don't choose these things because someone said, oh, that will sell. I chose it because it's what I like. And if I love it, I can sell it. Wait, there's more. All right, so we're almost to the ends of the bins. Yeah, there's one more thing. So even I don't know what this is. I haven't found this, but this is laser cut leather. This was sitting at the bins. And by Rococo. Hold on, Rococo. Look at this thing. Laser cut leather. It is crazy with roses all in it. These pants. They're cropped. And they've got cutouts all in them. Like, this thing is wild. I have to look it up, but it's probably one of the coolest things I've seen. And this is just sitting at the bins. So I've got to figure out who this is, but just based on style and quality, I mean, this is real thick, really good leather, laser cut with these roses. I mean, this is freaking awesome. So, you know, this is hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of value in that one piece of leather and suede. And again, it's in keeping with who my girl is. So yeah, that is everything. Let me check from the bins. Now let me show you what I got from the Goodwill store. So let me just grab it. It's far away. It's so far away. It's like so much stuff on my table. So again, keeping with the color scheme and who my girl is, I do well with boots. And so I got these little black suede with like this fabric, cotton fabric, kind of Southwestern print on it. And those are from the Goodwill store. Those were $11.99 by Mia. And they probably wore them a couple of times. But that is super cute. And I'm going to love how that looks in my store. This is a red new with tags cashmere scarf from Nordstrom. $118 on sale for $89.90. I got it for $2.99. Again, the color goes in with my closet, and who doesn't need a cashmere scarf? We all need that. Asian print selling so well for me. I actually had a dress, this exact print that I sold. Here's the vest. And this is newish to look old. Like, this is not like vintage. You can tell from the tag. But it's super cute. It's got black velvet trim on it. And this was $4.99 at the Goodwill. So that should do well. We all know Harley Davidson does well. And surprisingly, these boots were not all that expensive. They were $14.99. You know, this is a really, really cool lace-up Harley boot. So I cannot wait to get that cleaned up and stuffed up and for sale. These are two phone cases I thought would fit my phone. They do fit, but there's a problem. This thing should be going that way. So they don't work with my phone, but I bought an Apple one and this because my phone fit in it because my case broke. And but they don't fit my phone because this is obviously a different model, even though it's the right size. So this was 99 cents. It's an OtterBox. I'll be selling that. This is Apple. This was $2.99. I'll be selling that because they don't fit my phone. So that's kind of sad. So the last two dresses, I do really well with H&M collaborations. This is the Lanvin for H&M collaboration. I was so excited. I've never had this dress by the collaboration. It's so cute with all kinds of, it's got ribbon. Like, these are all ribbon layers, just layers and layers of ribbon, and then a giant, let me stand up, layers of ribbon all around this, and then this elastic piece and exposed zipper in the back here. And all these collaboration pieces sell. So if you ever see them, be sure and pick them up. This was $8.99. $8.99. You know, they just went up from $8.49 to $8.99 and thinking we wouldn't notice. Wow, they just dumped another 50 cents on there. Whew. All right. Wow. But anyway, this is super, super cute. That should sell for over $100. We'll see. And then the last piece I'm so excited about. This is a brand I've had once before. This one is new with tags. It's called Storitz. This is so, I almost passed out when I saw it. Sitting there, new with tags, sitting on the rack, $8.99. I could not believe it. Okay, it's got this knit, black and white knit piece attached to this gray and white striped dress, shift dress. If this was my size, I would be wearing this. Look at this. Can you imagine? This, you know, this is at the front, at the top, and then this hangs down. Like, this is amazing. This is a fairly expensive brand, although I haven't looked it up. They obviously bought it from Storitz and did not take the time to mail it back. Let me see what it's made of. I'm kind of curious. This has no ingredients, just handle with care. All right, well, it feels like a wool. Could be a wool blend. I wish it would tell me. Let's see. But this is just the cutest thing I've seen in so long. Like, this is amazing. And this is totally my girl and in keeping with the kinds of things I sell in my closet. So imagine this in the fall with some black tights and some knee-high boots, and you are rocking it. So that's it. That's everything that I got at the Ben's and at the Goodwill store. So yeah. Behind me is a shirt that I got at the Goodwill. This is a Topshop. It needs to be photographed. I just steamed it recently. Kind of one shoulder you'll see is a ribbon and one isn't. So instead of my normal Moschino, I have that up there today. So that's everything for today. And I'm just really, really excited to have done the 2 flea markets. And I didn't know what to expect. And it's really fun. It's fun to talk to people. It's fun to sell things in person. I was able to move inventory that I haven't been able to move otherwise. And I think that's a really interesting thing to do if you have not added or incorporated a selling at a local flea market. You need to try to, because even what I found was that because most of the merchandise at the flea markets, hence the word flea market, words, is the lower end, like lots of t-shirts and denim and boots. It really stood out for me to have, nice things there. And people even would comment, you hear things are so nice. And I said, so this is the worst of what I have. So my worst stuff was nicer than most of what was there. So it doesn't mean there's a buyer for all of it, but I think people appreciated that my booth had high quality things and wasn't just another booth of t-shirts. And as a result, I was able to sell really well. And so that is something to keep in mind because there are different audiences for every piece. Oh, Perla's Precious is here. Hey, girl, thanks for joining. It's just a different thing. And what I learned is that these people who do the flea markets, they've been doing it for years. One woman said she'd been there 20 years. So it is a whole thing that people do. And the people across from us only sourced at the Goodwill bins, and they only looked for t-shirts. And every single t-shirt had come from the Goodwill bins. And so I actually saw the guy at the bins yesterday, but I didn't say anything. And he was right there with his buddy, and they were looking and sourcing. So I thought that was kind of cool. So that's it. I've got to get ready to go to my work, to my consignment shop. Appreciate you joining me. I hope you enjoyed the haul. Again, did really well at these two flea markets. I think I'll do a separate video about that and my 2 experiences at the Roseville Flea Market and the PCC Flea Market. And hopefully you guys can, glean something from all of that that's useful. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great, great Tuesday. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you like what you heard, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to comment and subscribe and hit that bell icon to see when I go on, because it's all kinds of crazy times. But I'm still here, even though I don't do these videos all that often. I do them when I can, and I appreciate you joining me today. Thanks, guys. Thanks everyone who's in the chat, and I love having you in the chat, because the last video I did, I think one person was there and no one was there. It's hard to talk. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day. Bye-bye.